It's Ron Brown with Tech for Senior. I'll be your host today. If you want to follow the news articles as we review them today, just go over to Facebook, search for Tech for Senior, and follow along with the news articles. And if you want to send us a news article that you've seen this week, send it to techforseniorinfo@gmail.com, and we'll put it on the list and review it. All right, let's get started with the show. Well, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. I'm Ron Brown. This is Tech for Senior Live. It is January the 11th. It is a cold one in Comox, British Columbia, where I am. It froze last night. It's not going to warm up much today. And I might even get to use my new snowblower this weekend, which is a scary thought, but that's certainly coming along. So anyway, I hope everyone else in the world is a bit warmer than it is here. We're not used to real cold weather in our neck of the woods. Anyway, let me tell you about who we are. Maybe if you're new here, you're new here and you're wondering, who the heck are we? Well, we're a group of seniors who just love to get together and talk about technology. And we're going to talk about the news of the day. And of course, this week, it's all about CES, Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas. And if we were just talking earlier today before the show started, and I'm salivating, there is so much good stuff coming. And we're going to talk about a lot of that today. So stay tuned, and we're going to have a really good time. Grab a cup of coffee or whatever you want. We're going to have a blast. Now, you're may wondering where we come from, and we, of course, are from the Monday show, which is called Tech for Senior, and we're moving into our 5th season. Huey and I started that about 5 years ago, and we're having a blast, and we're going to keep going, right, Huey?
I hope so.
Yeah, right. As long as we we're going to keep working at it. Anyway, we have a good time on our Monday show, and we have, of course, our Monday show is a Zoom meeting, not through StreamYard. So if you are over on our Zoom meeting on Monday, sorry, we're not there. You need to come over and come to our this is StreamYard, and we broadcast that out to Facebook and YouTube. Now, the details of how to get there, let me just put it up here. This is our website, and it's www.techforsenior.com, and there's a little button there. You can push the button when you go to that site, and it will take you right to the right spot. So if you're not in the right spot, please come over and we'll and join the show. Now, the other problem with our on Monday, it's a Zoom meeting, so we know who you are because we can see you. We talk to everyone and we have a good time. But in this particular situation, we have no idea who's listening to us. It could just be the four of us yakking for an hour and no one's going to listen to us. But generally, we have a few people that like to come and listen to us, and so we have some fun with that. So if you are out there and you are listening, if you put in the chat where you're from, what the weather is, if you bought anything at CES, that's even better. And if you're new, we like to give you a big round of applause. We're always looking for a new audience or more people in our audience. So that's great too. Let me get together and let me introduce everybody. We have, of course, scoured the world for an international group of experts, and we have found 3 experts today that I'm going to introduce, and they're obviously everyone knows them. The first is a man who never complains about the cold weather because it never gets cold, and he lives in an area called Florida, and that's a long way away from me. I'm in a different country on the other side of Canada, and he's way over on the East Coast in Florida. The man who is never cold, never complains. He's the co-host of our Monday show and an AI expert. So I want to introduce Huey Popluck.
Well, you know what? I'm cold.
What?
Yeah.
Quit complaining. Quit complaining.
It's 59. I got the heat on.
Oh, man. You guys in Florida, it's just, we're hardier up here, right? Now,
yeah.
There you go. And the man who should be complaining because he lives in a cold area, he lives in Los Lunas, New Mexico. He's, of course, our security expert on our Monday show. Bob's been with us since we started the show. He's a prolific producer of a lot of videos on technology. A lot of fun to always have him on the show. He's got good ideas. Bob Gostisha from Los Lunas, New Mexico.
As I posted, oh, baby, it's cold outside.
I like that song.
There you go. All right. So anyway, welcome, Bob. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And the man who also lives in a cold area, but never is cold because of the warmth of his heart. And his wife, Carol, says he's the nicest person she's ever met. And the glow of her just keeps her house so warm that he never has to complain about cold weather in Pine, Arizona. And of course, that would be our music director for our Monday show. That would be Ray Baxter.
Oh, such nice commentary, Ron. But if that was completely true, I'd never have to turn the heat on.
Yeah.
So today it's actually at 34, according to my outside thermometer, but it is snowing. So
it is.
I have an appointment after our show today, so I hope I'll be able to get out. Time will tell.
All right. Do you have a snowblower? Do you have to shovel snow, or what's the?
No. Normally, I let God take care of it. I just wait 2 or 3 days and it's gone. But I do have shovels.
Right. Well, that's been my plan for the last few years is wait till it rains, because it usually rains in 2 or 3 days. But we have a new garbage system now, and they gave us these big bins we have to haul down to the end of the driveway. And if I just can't haul it through 3 feet of snow, it's a problem now. So I've got to figure out what I'm going to do. So that was one of my change of hearts. Anyway. All right, listen, Huey, is there anyone listening out there? What's happening?
Yeah, look at this.
Richard. Oh, hello, Richard. To help support you guys and the shows. Thank you so much, Richard. Very nicely done. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Richard.
For the donation. Richard, of course, is a strong supporter of Tech for Senior. He's watched the show for probably since its inception. And we do appreciate Richard. You're always giving good comments on the show. Thanks so much. And Richard actually he's a pretty techie guy. He's got a lot of neat stuff. So thanks again for that.
Yes, thank you.
Gerald Smith, West Seattle, 37 degrees, partly cloudy, very cold air coming. That's right, Gerald. It is indeed. Liz Milford, hi from Ohio, cloudy and 39 degrees. Yes. Jim Ham, Scottsdale, Arizona, 47 degrees and raining. Oh, really? You're getting Is it so? It's just, I guess it's just a bit lower than you then, eh, Ray?
Oh yeah, by about 3,000 feet.
Yeah, well, I guess that would make a difference, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Steve Powell, Kirkland, Washington, 37 degrees. Norbert goes, oh, baby, it's cold outside. There you go. JJ from 30 degrees and mostly cloudy in Waukegan, Illinois. Richard Clarkson from California, 51 degrees, 61 later on, nice and sunny. Jolyn, greetings from low country of South Carolina, and a cool 56 degrees. Jolyn, of course, is a good friend of ours. She often comes on the show. She's a supporter through her computer club. She's a tireless worker and has been working at that club for many, many years. Very knowledgeable person. And if you, one of the things is, when you do tech work all the time, you sort of really know all the current problems. So she's a good resource. If you have a problem, she usually knows the answer. So welcome, Jolyn. And Gerald Smith, if Ron uses his snowblower, we want a full report with pictures. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. We may have a video coming up on this. This may be a Monday video. We're not.
I would bet money on it.
Yeah, Gerald came with his wife, and we had a nice lunch this summer on our deck. So he came up and visited us. So thank you for coming. And yes, indeed, we'll see what happens. Murray says, good morning from Victoria, BC, Canada, where it is clear and will be sunny most of the day. Well, hold on. It's coming, but snow later this afternoon, about 40 degrees Fahrenheit, now going down to 14 degrees tomorrow. Yes, it's going to get in a cold blast, which is very cold for us. And particularly, one of the problems, Murray, is a lot of the plants down in Victoria, even in this area, have all bloomed. Like their buds are coming out, and this is really they're gonna get their little what's frozen. Mike Saunders from Chesham,
UK.
Wow, that's a long way. Do we have to talk louder? Can you hear me okay, Mike? Mike's been on the show before, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. Okay. All right. Bernard, Sterling Heights Computer Club, Detroit, Michigan, 38 degrees. Salian, may have snow soon, Kirkland, Washington. Yes, it's coming. Jolyn, hey, Richard Clarkson. Yes, Jolyn and Richard know each other quite well. Dick Vogel, no need for a snowblower in Sanford, Florida, where it is 58 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, about the same temperature as here.
Although, do you know it did snow when I was in Mesa? This was Ray. When I was in Mesa, Vail would know that. Vail, of course, is in Colorado now, but Vail used to live in Mesa, Arizona, at Silver Ridge Resort with us, and he and I ran and did all the support work at the computer club. So I know Vail really well, and Vail will maybe tell me, but it was about 6 or 7 years ago. In December, we got snow in Mesa at Silver Ridge Resort. It actually snowed there, and it was sort of cool because it was around Christmas. Vail, maybe you could remind me of what year that was, but you'd probably remember that. I'm sure you were there then.
Yeah, every once in a while, we call it the Valley, which is the whole Phoenix.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, it'll be cold enough where they'll get a smattering of snow.
Yeah.
I was in Vegas for Comdex, which was similar and is larger than CES, but it was always in November. And I remember that one of the last ones I was there, it was snowing in Vegas.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Any more? Jolyn, if you don't know the answer, I can usually find it. Yep, Google search. Ed says 48 degrees and sunny in central New Jersey. Deb Shannon from Dunedin, Florida, 59 degrees. Cold, she says. Yeah. Vail Williams, 2018. Oh, okay, Vail, 2018. Yeah, and we had snow. Yeah. In fact, people came over for dinner at our house that night, and they drove up and they parked in front of my house. And then when they went out after dinner, there was snow all over their car. It was hilarious. Surprise. What? It was really crazy. All right, let's get on with the news.
Not
Sorry?
cars. golf carts.
No, they brought their car over. They didn't have a golf cart. They actually drove their car, which was good news because it was sort of a slushy, wet snow, but it was snow 2018. All right, let's get on with let's have a look here and figure out what I'm going to do here. We want to talk a little bit about CES products, and what we're going to do is we're going to sort of go around the table and we're going to sort of talk about some, maybe your 2 or 3 of your favorite ones that you found, and I'm going to show you 2 or 3 of mine, and then we're going to go through the news, and the news is all CES stuff. So this is just a few of the ones that I'm interested in. I'll start first, and then we can do Huey, Bob, and Ray, although we have to go quickly through these because we want to get into all the news stuff, because there's some cool stuff that we're going to talk about. All right, so you know me, vacuums. This is cool. So we have a whole new line of robotic vacuums out there from different companies, and they're adding all sorts of technology in, and cameras. You're able to talk to them now, and this one actually has an arm that actually comes out. So when it goes around into a corner, it moves the actual sweeper out into the corner and comes around. Pretty cool stuff. So that's lots of new technology in vacuums. And you guys, it was Huey and
that, Ron.
What's that?
To go along with that, I saw that I think it's Samsung has a washer, washer dryer, a washer that has a vacuum at the bottom of it.
Oh, really? Yeah. So it's so Bob and Huey got me involved in this whole journey on vacuums 3 or 4 years ago, and I swallowed hook, line, and sinker. And it really is a great application for seniors because I use ours all the time. Let's have a look. And this was the other one that was interesting. This will be my second one. Was, if you look in this is Ecovacs. This is the one that I have, not this particular model, but this is the last one I bought, was it called an Ecovacs. But if you look over here, you'll see that there's a regular vacuum, a handheld vacuum that is part of this as well, so that if you have to go and do blinds or go around and do some stuff that the ground floor vacuum doesn't do, it's all sold as going to be one unit, which I thought was a very interesting one. And the last one that I wanted to talk about, that one. Yes, this was very, very interesting. This is the new Samsung Frame. Now, just you probably have seen this on pictures before, where it's like a flat screen TV that you put up in your home, and it is a picture frame, and it puts actually paintings in the frame. You're looking at them, and there's something, you can use it as a TV, but when it flips into the frame version, it changes the dynamics of the TV, so it's not like a TV on all the time. It cuts the power down. And these have been around for actually quite a few years, and they've made some changes to this, but I've always looked at these and thought, that's a cool idea. Now, the actual images that you see on these it's a subscription service. That's the key that you got to understand about this. There's a few free ones on there, but by and large, if you want to use it for famous paintings that you want on there, this is a subscription service. But this is the thing I didn't know about it. Each year, this is getting more and more and more popular. This is a really popular device, and they were all excited about it, and this is the new one they have out. So those are my 3 that I thought was sort of cool. Huey, you got any ideas?
I sent out to the 4 of us and a couple other people about the Rabbit.
Yeah.
And it's a handheld something. There you go. And it was the video that showed it was really interesting, and it looks very powerful. And they put it on sale. They introduced it, put it on sale. It wasn't at Comdex. It was just online, but they put it on sale at $199. They said if they got 500, they would have been really happy orders. It's not going to ship until March or April, but if they got 500 pre-orders, on the opening day, they were going to be real happy. They sold out 10,000 of them
Now,
within 24 hours.
right. Now, just explain what this is. This is OpenAI that's doing this, right?
Yes.
Yes. And
It's,
it's an AI device, right?
right. And it doesn't really have a screen. You see, there's a little animated character on there, but it does talk to you, and you can talk to it. You can ask questions, and the answers come back right away. It can either be through Wi-Fi, it can be through a computer, or it can be through LTE. It's not 5, but it is LTE. So it's you can be connected to the internet through a cell tower.
Right. Cool.
Also has a camera.
Ah,
Yep. Yeah, and it's a 360-degree camera where it rotates, so you can have it towards you, towards somebody else, and so on. And you can actually use it to take a picture of something and then ask questions about it.
oh man, this is getting careful. So, Bob, have you got anything you want to talk about? Anything in what's your?
I saw lots of things, but most of them, I'm sorry, they're way out of my price range. Yes, I'd like to have them. And if somebody wants to send me $1 million, I'd be happy to spend it for them.
What about the transparent TV? Tell me, aren't you going to buy a transparent tree? Let's see. Do I have an image up of the transparent TV? We were talking about that earlier. You and I were talking about they have now a transparent TV.
Yeah, so you can look through it, or you can do something behind it, and you won't hide it. When the TV is off, it's transparent.
So you could put it in front of a big picture window, and then when you turn it off, you can see through it. And when you turn it on, and like Huey was saying, you could then layer it so you could watch the football game behind a present, something that you. I mean, that's pretty cool, right? We'll talk about that a little bit later. Ray, music. There must be lots of music at CES.
There is, but I didn't really focus on that. I first picked up on that good link that you sent us, that where the moderator gave a little talk about all the things that were happening at CES. So I picked 2 items from that particular link. The first one that caught my eye was the GE Profile Combo Washer and Dryer. That's because in the Baxter household, I do my own wash. It uses a heat pump for drying, so it doesn't need venting. Works on 110, not 220. So very, very large area for large loads. It is a little bit pricey, you might say, at $2,600. But aside from that price, my only disappointment was it does not fold the clothes too. The second item was what's called the Mirai soundbar. And this is geared towards emphasizing spoken language. So I don't know how about the setups you guys have, but here with my 7.1 setup, it's perfect for action movies and loud noises. But all of a sudden, when the scene changes to people speaking to each other, can hardly hear it. And I would go crazy with either raising or lowering the sound. Anyway, this is specifically for that purpose, to emphasize the spoken word. And the third item I had, and this wasn't in that video, but this is something I probably will look to buy. So, and this was highlighted a lot last year, portable monitors. Now, for those of us that, and I think everybody here, we on our desktops, and probably many of the folks listening today, use 2 monitors at home. You can become so much more efficient and do so many things. And when you leave the house with your laptop, now all of a sudden you've gone back to just using 1 monitor. And that can be frustrating. So these are portable monitors, and they connect to a laptop via a simple USB-C connection. They're very, very thin. They're about 13 to 14 inches in size, so they can even fit in your carry case. And now you can set up, and they take the power from your laptop. Now you can have 2 monitors even when you're away from home. This is something I think I'm going to buy.
Okay, very good, very interesting. Well, let's move on. Go ahead, Bob.
And on that same note, they now have a laptop that's going to have a magnetic connection that you can hook a monitor to it. So you would have 2 monitors, and magnetically it connects to the laptop. I used to do that with a camera, with a 360 camera that magnetically connected to my cell phone. Same basis.
Yeah, I think we've got a video. We've got a that's a news item that we're going to talk about. I'll show you that in a minute. So
One other item that I would like to mention was one of the TVs was touting the fact that they use AI to adjust the level. So when the advertisement is real loud, it automatically will lower it, or if this
ooh,
and so on, to keep it level. And late at night, that would be very good.
yeah, that's
Could
true.
could
Yeah.
you make AI bring that volume on all commercials down to next to nothing?
Or
You know, that'd be interesting. You know, they that has been tried a lot in the past with technology built into TVs, and there's been a lot of issues surrounding that whole thing. So that'd be pretty interesting, boy. If that's anyway interesting. All right, let's let's move on. Now,
before we go, we got a couple of people that have joined us or made
okay,
a
let's
comment.
let's see. Lloyd from Mississauga, Ontario, 1 degree, 34 degrees Fahrenheit. Thank you. Welcome, Lloyd.
Yeah, he's part of the Toronto.
The Toronto group. Yep.
Yep.
Yep, he runs it.
Richard Cochran, yes, Bob. The magnet is on the top, and you can connect a camera, monitor, screen, etc. Yeah, cool. Are you getting one, Richard? Richard, are you getting one? Tell me if you're getting one. I'm sure he's looking at them. All right, let's move on because we got a ton of stories to go through, and
gotcha.
we need to sort of. Let me just share my screen here.
Make sure you refresh.
I did. I already did.
Bob was sneaky.
I know. Bob it's got the first article. There you go, Bob.
Oh, gee, surprised. I make stories, but this one is based on my own knowledge because it's about the mountain that I live very close to. And that plays a big part in the pictures I take and lots of other things. So if you'd like to learn more about the Manzano Mountains, a nice video to watch.
Very good. Just click the link. And by the way, if anyone is wanting to follow us along as we go through these articles and you want to actually see them, just go to our Facebook page, type in Tech for Senior, and you'll find our page there, and you can follow along as we go through the articles. All right. Now, the next one that I want to talk about was an interesting one. You probably heard of Withings. Now, Withings typically has made watches, and they actually make smart watches, which is sort of interesting. And this is a different device they've brought out. It's not a watch. And I've always talked about health apps with watches and ECGs and thermometers and all blood pressure and all sorts of stuff like this. But this is Withings BeMo is a thermometer, ECG, and more in your pocket. So this is actually not a watch. In other words, this is something you keep in your pocket, and you can just put it on your forehead like this girl was demonstrating here. And it's a health scanner, and it scans health data, and including an ECG. Now, I'm assuming once this is captured, it probably flows to your cell phone. Of course, could be exported to wherever you want to send it. So this is sort of cool. You know, as a physician, I can tell you, imagine phoning a patient up and saying, "Hey, take your BeMo, touch it on your head, and bingo, it sends me all the data I need." Right?
Wow.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Yes.
I think this is pretty neat. I think this is something that you could also have companies that would rent these or lease them. If you got sick, you could monitor your health and send it to your doctor. I think this is really cool technology and just the start of some of the things that we're going to be seeing. But this is made by a company called Withings.
I think this is something that your insurance company ought to send to everybody who has the insurance.
It may be. I doubt these. I don't know that it put a price on these. I don't think.
The price is, I think, almost $300.
300. Yeah. So
it
that
hasn't yet had FDA approval, but that's in the works.
Yeah. And they've had FDA. Withings has made other medical devices that they've. I mean, it's a well-known company. It's a good company, and I don't see a problem with that. Bob, is this your new car?
No, not yet, but who knows?
I think this was made by. They always have a flying car at CES, right? They always have one. I think is this Samsung? Is this made? I think it's made by. I think it's Samsung's, and they say this will be ready in 2026, right? Another couple of years, but pretty
At
cool.
least the flying taxi will probably be ready by 26. Whether
Yeah.
the car is or not, I don't know.
Yeah.
Did they do any live demonstrations at CES?
I don't know. Wouldn't that be a black? Yes, it did. I think they put it in the parking lot. I think it was flying in the park. I saw some video. Yes, they were. They did some videos in the parking lot, and they flew it around there. I thought that was pretty cool. If any, as we're going through these, if you have any comments, please just comment. We're going to play the comments as we go through there. So if you want to buy one, we'll send you the video link, right? Let us know, or whatever. If you have any comments, please put them in the link, and we'll play them. We'll talk about the comments as we go along. This is now, Bob. We talked about this earlier.
Yep.
This is. So let me know in the comments if you think this is a great idea. So here, this is a detachable Lenovo laptop. All right. Now, so you have here the screen, and you have a keyboard, and it detaches. So what? All right. But in this case, when it's plugged into the keyboard, it runs Windows 11. When you detach it, it turns into an Android tablet. It runs Android, right? So you have an Android tablet. You plug it back into the keyboard, it becomes a Windows machine. So is that it? All right, that's pretty cool. I'm thinking, do I really want that? Is that something you guys think about? What do you think? I think that's a good idea. Is that a good idea?
It'd be awfully confusing.
I don't know.
I have a detachable laptop, and it's an older one, the Microsoft Surface Book. And rarely do I detach the screen because it becomes too heavy to carry around.
Right. I don't know. If you think this is a good idea, please put it in the comments, and we'll see what everyone thinks. I have no idea. Anyway, this is a concept. Actually, did they say this is production ready? I think this is production ready. I think they're going to go through with this.
Good.
Anyway,
You gotta notice,
If it becomes popular, the price will come down. I might be interested. If it doesn't become popular, it's not going to happen for me. But it is nice to have a Chromebook or a Windows computer just by attaching a keyboard.
Okay. Well, it's not a Chromebook. It's going to be Android. It's going to be an Android. So it's not actually a Chromebook. We're not making it into a Chromebook. This is just the Android tablet form on the top, right?
Well, then you really don't, it's not really two. It's like having a browser.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, let's get on. Now, this is
but Ron, before you go ahead,
yeah.
Jolyn says the Windows Android, not a bad idea. And then she said, I already use an Android tablet and Windows systems and a Chromebook. So
yeah, so that may be something that's a cool idea. Now, the next one was this is I guess I've talked about this before, and it says, I can't wait to customize. This is a new keyboard packed with a mechanical keyboard that's completely customizable with LEDs. And I guess the reason I wanted to mention this is sort of this is a mechanical keyboard, not a touch keyboard. Now, the deal with this is that when we are looking for a great experience in electronics, we often look at monitors. How do we have a curved monitor? What type of monitor? We have a PC or a laptop with all sorts of internal hardware. But remember that we actually have a keyboard, and we interact a lot with the keyboard, and you can have a lot of fun with different keyboards. And so I guess this is just think about keyboards. Keyboards just aren't something you pound out on the Bob got me to buy this Logitech one about a year ago. He said, you got to get this. This is my latest keyboard. And he thought this was great. It really is. It's a fun keyboard to use. And I hadn't really thought about that. So I changed it from my generic keyboard to this one. But this is sort of an interesting one. Think about it. It's a new one that's come out.
Which means you can get the Copilot key before it actually comes out, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, because all the new keyboards will have a Copilot keyboard. That's right, Bob. Ray, this is the Samsung is making a picture frame that is also a wireless speaker. So following up with that is this is a, you can put whatever this goes along with that the digital frame that we were talking about, the TV. This is, you could put this below it, And this is that's actually not a this isn't a record player. This is an image of that you can put in there, and you can change these, right? You can change the images you want to put in here, but behind here is a wireless speaker that's very sophisticated. So this is part that would probably go on the stand, maybe below where the TV was that you had. This is to go with the TVs.
Very nice. Very
So
nice.
that's sort of cool. And Amazon is about to eat the TV universe. What's this all about, Ray?
Well, okay. So on January 29th, Amazon is going to start charging, either going to start showing ads for the movies that we're now all used to on Prime Video. And if you don't want the ads, then you're going to pay an additional $3 a month. Now, for me personally, since I hate ads, I figured it out. High-end math here. That's 10 cents a day. So 10 cents a day I can afford. And I will probably let them take another $3 from me and not have to watch the ads. But surprisingly, experts in this article predict the overwhelming majority of users will opt not to pay extra to remove the ads. Anyway, either way, Amazon will rake in additional income either from me or from advertisers.
They probably make more money on the advertising than they do on the monthly fee. So they prefer you to do that.
I think also, Ray, I think the goal is we'll have to see how frequent the ads are placed in. They had sort of indicated it was only going to be maybe halfway through a show and maybe one at the end. It's not going to be like every 5 minutes through, like, TVs are always going through all those ads. So we'll see what happens. Thanks, Ray. And then can you let's move over to Huey.
Yeah, you also missed one. So this one was just before the one you just did. Amazon is laying off hundreds from Prime despite the award buzz.
Right. So there's a big layoff at Amazon with all the so not only are they raising the prices, they're laying off a lot of people. I guess
I feel so bad. They're not making enough money.
I guess.
Amazon's laying off people, and several of the other big companies are as well.
Right.
This would be Ray.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I didn't see that. Guess how many music streams there were in 2023. So now this is unlike when we grew up, either in North America, Europe. Those dominated the music chart, the world music charts. But thanks to streaming today, we have a global music industry. So last year set a new record, more than 4 trillion with a T, on-demand audio song streams were done. That's over a 22% increase from the previous year. Now, it surprised me, R&B and hip-hop dominated the charts, dominated all the other music genres. So, but with a focus on domestic music listening here in the U.S., to no one's surprise, Taylor Swift was the most streamed singer in the U.S. on Spotify. But music is now, as I said, a worldwide industry. 4 trillion.
4 trillion. Wow. And I think this is yours as well, Ray.
And that's about internet streaming?
Yeah.
Okay. So
speed test, yeah.
Which speed test to use? So until I read this article, I wrongly assumed they're all the same. They all provide the same kind of results. And the one I've been using, speedtest.net, has always been pretty close to the 300 megabyte download speed that I get. But the article gives a quick links to a couple of others, one called fast.com and the other Cloudflare. And their results were different, not by much, but they were different. I like Cloudflare in particular because it provided additional information as to network quality with respect to the different users, and also some other lesser known test results. I don't know what they mean, but they were good results. Anyway, this proves that they're not all the same.
Next one's also yours, Ray.
Okay, and that's about the Hertz.
It hurts.
Hertz selling its fleet of Tesla Model 3s. And in the article, I'm going to quote the article, though I'm not misrepresenting anything. Quote, Hertz is jettisoning these Model 3s due to their frequency of faults and high repair costs when damaged. And then the article also states, quote, these admittedly high mileage Model 3s are listed for sale between $20,000 and $25,000, unquote, which many will still consider a very affordable price for a usable pre-owned EV. So, and the article also says that these should qualify for the IRS used EV tax rebate of $4,000. So for those of you that have considered an EV but haven't wanted to pay the hefty price, maybe this is an alternative.
Thanks, Ray. Now this is amazing. You can actually drive a John Deere tractor by an iPhone 1,300 miles away. So now these great big tractors that they have that are going, the farmers are using, you don't actually physically have to sit in them. You can actually drive them remotely with your phone. So you could sit in Hawaii and cut your crops with your phone. So anyway, that was sort of interesting.
And that's been around for about 2 years now.
Yeah. Value is getting better, I guess. Now this was another interesting one. And this is, Ray, this comes back to your portable monitors. This was again at CES. This is the Asus ZenScreen Fold, and it actually folds open and solves the biggest issue with portable monitors. So this was sort of interesting.
Well, what issue does it solve?
Well, size. You can put it in your suitcase and take it. It's so easy to, if you have your laptop and you want to monitor a big monitor or another monitor when you're in the hotel, you just unfold it and plug it in.
And is that the correct price, $2,000?
So, yeah.
Of course, the ones I've been looking at are about 150 or less.
Okay.
And I'll go with 150 or less for a slightly smaller screen.
But the foldable screen's pretty interesting. So that's if you're using a display at
Do you have an idea what the size is when it's opened?
I think they're variable. They're variable. And they're making, well, I know they're making, we'll talk a bit about foldable and rollable screens like big ones. So this is all scalable.
Okay.
But the goal is if you are setting up a display booth or something like that, you may want to use something like this. It's sort of cool.
Yeah, I did see in one of the videos that I watched about some of the things at CES is one of the companies has a foldable phone, but it folds in either direction.
Oh, cool.
And so there's different reasons to have it do that. I didn't see what it was, but apparently they've perfected it now that you can do it without it damaging the screen.
And this, of course, is this is Samsung's Frame TV. They're on sale. They said that on Woot you get 37% off right now. Again, just to remember, if you are considering something like this, the images that you see on the screen are paid images it's a subscription service. So,
speaking of Woot, are you familiar with Woot?
I don't use it. It's an online, I guess, service. It sells.
Yeah, at one time it was a place where you could get some pretty good deals on items. They'd sell sellouts of pretty good items,
right,
but at pretty good prices. Amazon now owns them.
Oh, do they? Okay. Huey, Amazon Alexa now smarter?
Yeah, they're going to be using some AI with Alexa. I shouldn't say her name so loud because I have one here and she'll answer. But Miss A is now going to have some AI involved. You can have discussions with her, and and I've been saying that's where a lot of this AI should be, is in those personal devices that we have in our homes, whether it be the one from Google or one from Amazon. And I think there's another one as well. Why aren't those using AI and giving more information?
Okay.
They're adding skills to those devices.
Right.
Yes.
You enact the skill. I know I was looking at one that creates music earlier. I wasn't happy with it, but it's a skill that you can add, and you can also watch movies and other things. But that's what I have my TV for.
Ray, this is an article on I guess you can't see. Oh, you can't see it.
The 7 best audio products.
Yeah, you can see the article there, but you can't see. You can't. I'd have to open the article up and change my screen. But
No.
they're in this article. It's called the Victrola Stream Sapphire, which is a new record player that comes with modern day technology twist that offers better than Bluetooth wireless integration. So although it's a record player, it has all the electronics behind it that integrates into all of, and it's pretty cool. So it's in the article if you want to look at it. Yeah, you can look at it. It's going to sell. It's not cheap, but it's pretty sophisticated. It's going to sell for around $1,500. But have a look at it. You know, again, if anyone's listening to this, you can go back and play the article. You don't you don't have to they're all will stay up there.
I've got it on my screen if you want to take a look at it.
Oh, okay. I don't think you do. No, you're going to have to change the broadcast. I'll show you how to do that later. But let's spin here.
Oh yeah, because it opened up outside of.
That's
Facebook.
right. Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll just add this back. Bob, a wood screen? Was this screen could be made out of wood? What's going on here?
Instead of glass, they're going to be using wood.
Really?
It doesn't break
Yeah.
the same as glass. It's something interesting.
They're calling it see-through wood.
Yep.
See-through wood. Oh, all right. Okay. Well, there you go. Now this was a really interesting article. This is the would you spend $200,000 on a folding TV? Now, you can see here this is a very large TV and it folds up. Now, these also roll up. And I was saying to everyone earlier before the show started, I follow a show on YouTube and it's about super yachts. And it's called eSysman and it's super yachts. And quite commonly in super yachts, they have rollable TVs because on a ship, you often want to get rid of the TV. And so they unroll it and roll it, which is very common now. And also using foldable TVs. So there are a lot of practical applications. Just to let you know that this is really pretty impressive where you now just roll this out and unfold it and you have a large TV that you can take with you when you're doing trade shows or doing presentations or whatever. So the price will obviously come down, but it's very interesting technology. Foldable TV. Huey, do we have any more comments before we move?
Well, let me look and see.
Just one.
You had asked.
No, but thinking about it, I knew Richard was interested. I thought he'd be interested in that. Yeah. Clark, 43 degrees near Trenton, New Jersey. And Geek Wireless greetings, Carl, Troy, Michigan, light snow, and it's melting. Oh,
That's it. We're caught up.
okay. Bob, was there anything here? This is, of course, all the best news of technology.
Yeah, well, CES Awards Best of.
Okay.
And a roundup. It's a video that shows the best of
Good.
awards.
Good summary. Good summary to go over.
Right.
Yeah, I'm thinking of putting together maybe a video on so the different types of kind of weird and way out stuff that was featured at CES, and maybe this one I'll go through and pick out some and highlight some of the best of the show.
Pretty cool. This is interesting. Samsung just perfected a way to access your smart home devices at CES, and Apple, Google, and Amazon need to copy it. And this is an app now that shows on your phone all where all your smart devices are. And I think you can remotely control them all from the app. And that, of course, is a cool idea because, I mean, how many smart devices do we have in our home. They're all over the place, but this shows you where they are, if they're active, and so on and so forth, and integrates with that. And this was new from Samsung.
Does Google Home do that?
It doesn't. I don't think they have I don't think it's integrated. I don't think they have the same pictorial image of this in the different rooms.
It does tell you what devices and so on and so
Yeah.
forth in the new.
Yeah, so does Miss A.
Yeah.
Now the next thing is coming up, which is a big event, which I'm not sure if it'll be next week or the week after, is of course Samsung's new AI and the S4 phone that's coming out, and they're going to open Samsung experience spaces in 8 cities, none of which of course I live in, and these are very big cities, and they're going to be opening these, and these will be places where you can go and they will show you how the AI is going to interact with your new phone. And this is so they're actually building experience spaces in 8 cities. If you want to know the 8 cities, none of which I think anybody lives close to. Where the heck are they here? Bangkok, Barcelona, Berlin, Dubai, London, New York, Paris, and Seoul. So
I think I'll go to one of them.
yeah, we did go to one of them. Anyway, they're going to be building spaces there, and they're going to be ready. So this is going to be a bit interesting. This new phone coming out, they're putting a lot of energy into that. So
Yeah, I think I've got 3 more payments on my Galaxy S22 before I can upgrade. So hopefully they'll have some pretty good deals coming up.
yeah, it'd be interesting. All right, Huey, this is your article.
Now let's take a look at it.
Brave's Leo system is now available on desktop users.
Yeah, Brave is the browser that I'm using now, and they've got an AI assistant. I think you are too, Bob, right?
Yes. And yeah, it's on the side panel, and you can access it anytime you're within someplace on the internet, and you can ask it for information. And
All right, interesting. Samsung revolutionized home tech with AI for all. Huey.
Yeah, again, Samsung has got a huge display, as well as they had one of the speakers in the keynote, and they just have a lot of AI stuff, and they're really gambling a lot of money on it, as is Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one.
Is this the record player?
Yes, this is the one I was talking about before we went on air, and it is a record player. It's portable. You can take the arm that's out there, you can tuck it in and not carry a record in it, and so on. So it's portable, and it's a record player, and it's about $200, I believe.
Take it to the beach. Now, why would you want to take a record player to the beach? You're going to get sand in it and, spoil your records. That would be perfect.
Okay, here's an example, Ron, where you would use that. And this concept has been around for 20 years or longer. There are places that sell used records. You go in with one of these, and you want to hear what it sounds like before you purchase it. That's the best. That's the best example I can give you.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, it's good one, Ray. Yeah, good. I hadn't thought about that. Any specific gadgets in this one, Huey, you think we should know about?
No, but just as I say, I'm collecting a bunch of these articles, and I'll try to. This one is probably shouldn't buy. So it's actually telling you things. This has nothing to do with CES, but like they're saying, don't buy used hard drives. I'm trying to think what else was in the article. There were some other things that you shouldn't buy used.
Okay. Android's AirDrop like Nearby Share is getting revamped. Yes, they're finally getting together, and they're going to be I think we're all going to, Microsoft and Google and are getting together, and they're going to be able to use the Nearby Share as one they'll be sharing with.
It'll be called Quick Share.
Quick Share, that's right.
and it's so much easier than trying to download it to somewhere, especially if it's a large file, and then to put it somewhere so somebody can upload it, and they're standing right next to you. This way, you can very easily transfer files. So,
And I can tell you,
if I take a bunch of pictures at an event and people want copies of it, we just stand next to each other and do it
Quick share. Right.
directly between the phones.
yeah, I shot some pictures or shot pictures from my phone over to my laptop earlier this morning just to test it, and it works very well.
Oh,
Yeah.
does it? Good. I can hear a video coming out about this, Bob. I know you're going to do a video about this.
Yeah.
Nux, hey, yeah, this is great. Huey, you got some new ones coming out?
Yes, Intel was the originator of the NUC, and I'm on my second NUC now, and I've had it for the one I have now. I've had for about 3 years, and the one before it I had for probably about 5 years. And no, it was longer than that. And they're just small computers, and ASUS is going to take the mantle and continue making them, including the Chromebook. Or Chromebox, I should say, as well as the Windows machines.
Great, good news.
What wasn't so nice is I went to the ASUS website and I couldn't find the darn things.
They probably aren't out yet. This is at CES they're showing them.
Okay, good. Right. This is mine. Yes. This is the new 2024 frame. Hands-on big upgrades coming. I think this would be so cool. And then you could look at, a different picture every day in your house. I think this would be great.
But I do that now with my pictures from Google Photos.
Yeah, but this is a little different. These are photographs. Like, these are professional photographs that people often like art, and they go to they spend a lot of money on art, putting various expensive pictures in their house. And you can watch these. Now you can have them all in your house. We went over that. This is, yes, Amazon is trying to fix content casting with an open standard. One of the issues is they're trying to use Matter to be able to cast a lot of different items onto your TV from some of their devices. Of course, they've got all these Echoes and all these devices, and if you could cast them and have a common standard, it would make this all easier. So they're trying to use Matter to bring casting to Prime TV and Fire TV so that you can do work with that. So that's something that's coming. Matter, of course, is the new I guess software that we're going to be communicating with to these.
And that's from the Facebook people.
Yeah,
Matter is.
And this is TCL new phones, tablets with paper-like screen. This is a new. Is this where you were getting the wood thing, Bob, from paper?
No.
Okay, so this is a new. And we're going to talk about this a little bit if we get 10. This is a new technology that they're going to. TCL's putting this on their phones, and the thing about this paper-like screen is that you can't see any thumb marks or fingerprint marks on it. It's a little bit and it's also brighter in sunlight. So it's a whole new screen technology that's coming out, and it's like paper-like screens. There's another article about this, but it's very interesting.
Yeah, Ron, you're such a fan of TCL, and if they're coming out with phones, does that mean
No.
considering it's going to be a TCL phone in your ballpark?
No. I'm going to. I really think my next one's going to be the S24. I think this new Samsung. I'm watching carefully on this. I'm going to be watching this. I really think that's my next phone, but I don't know that yet. YouTube drops 6.5 million, or top 6.5 million. YouTube TV tops 6.5 million subscribers as Google's fastest growing service ever. So it is blasting ahead. But what I wanted to remind everybody, because we are truly an international audience listening, This is YouTube TV is only available in the United States, period. That's it. It is not available in any other country.
So you can't get it either?
No, it's not in Canada. It's only available in the United States.
Yeah.
And I think part of that is because they've done a very good job in negotiating services with all the local TV companies around the United States. They've gone to basically everybody you can get now will be connected into YouTube TV, all the local channels. So anyway, just let everyone remind everybody.
Yeah, I'm one of those subscribers and have been for quite a while. I did drop off them for a while, and then I came back.
Bob, you got another video on your sunrise over your house?
Not really. It's putting Google Photos cinematic photo to work.
Oh, yeah.
Turns a photo into a very small video.
Right.
It's movement to the picture.
That's right. Is that a new feature, Bob?
It's available if you have an Android device. Google Cinematic Photos is one of the options.
Excellent.
You pick the photo and it then turns it into a video.
I'm just gonna look down here quickly, just because we're this is what you were talking about, Google and SoundCloud to join simplifying and file sharing, right, Bob?
Yes.
Yeah. And that's called Fast Share now, right?
Right. It's both called Fast Share.
Right. And also they're also creating a Copilot aggressive web app, creating a supercharged Copilot progressive web app. Oh, really?
Watch the video, find out how to do it.
Yeah, that's good. Just click the button and you can do that. I'm just running down here because I just want to catch any
the hour.
Yeah, I know. I just want to just bear with me. Oh, BMW shows off car gaming, automated valeting, parking, and more tech at I thought you were supposed to be driving a car when you're driving, not doing it. Isn't that something?
Good point, Ron.
Yeah. And again, LG smartphone gimmick. Philips gave a favorite LG smartphone gimmick a surprising new home. So you're able to use palms to, I guess it reads your palm to open the door. Now, the one I really wanted.
I wonder if they read your fortune too.
Yeah, don't know. I really wanted to show. Why the heck was that? I wanted to show the
Next
TV.
week.
I wanted to show the TV. There it is. This is what I want to show you. The transparent TV. This is so cool. There you see it, and it's there. That's a transparent OLED TV. I thought that was so cool. All right, we got to do this longer. This is just tiring. We had to fly through that so fast. Huey, do we have any final comments from our worn out audience?
Let's see. Let's see. Did we do this one?
I get those photographs on my Hub Max. Oh, okay. It's kind of a matte finish type screen.
Right.
What happens when the wooden screen when you use a glass cleaner? Bad news. Colin says, thanks again, gentlemen. Always a terrific source of info and interesting geekness. Yes, today was definitely a geeky thing.
I like that.
We did a lot of cool stuff. I signed up
on the wood screen. Use Pledge.
Yeah, right. And Carl says I signed up for Samsung intro of 24 for new AI phones on January 17th, offering $50 credit if you order a new AI phone. Oh, okay. Well, Carl, you'll have to tell us all about it. Yes, indeed. It's going to be some interesting times. I think 2024 is going to be a fun year with lots of new gadgets, you guys. I think they're just going to keep getting more and more gadgets each year, right? All right. Listen, I want to thank everyone out there. We've got to leave it. We're already 2 minutes past our top of the hour. I want to thank everyone for coming. And, we'll be back next week, same time, same place. And don't forget, come and watch our Monday show. It's a Zoom meeting. You'll find, of course, all the information at www.techforsenior.com.
And Sunday is the Windows Special Interest Group.
Right. Oh, and also reminding everyone that, of course, this is our fundraising donation month for Tech for Senior. And if on all our videos, website, and everything, there's the link to our coffee fund. If you can possibly help us with our fundraising, we do this once a month, once a year for a month, and we get it all done, and then we have to talk about it for the rest of the year. John says, thanks again, gentlemen. Always terrific source of info, and yes, interesting stuff. And if you and also the like and subscribe, it really helps us on that channel, if you like and subscribe. Otherwise, we'll see you again, maybe see you on Monday. Thanks everyone. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.